Okay, if you've seen the first two videos that I posted, you know that I've talked about two plays that come out of our jet series, the jet and the zone play out of the jet. There's much more to the jet series, which we'll get to. I previewed a little bit when I talked about jet. But let me switch to a different part of our offense right now. And this is where we will spread the team out, usually with 3 receivers to the wide side and 1 to the short side. Occasionally when the ball's in the middle of the field, we could do this out of 2x2. But we're going to try to get into 3x1 most of the time. And the idea is pretty simple. Spread the defense out and then make them declare whether they're a little more committed to the run, in which case we'll throw the ball, or a little bit more committed to stopping the pass, in which case we'll run the ball. It's a portion of our offense that if we execute it correctly, the defense can never be quite right in what they choose to defend, at least as a priority. Let me draw up the spread trips. Spread trips. Remember, the right foot behind the left ankle is kind of a tripping action. All right. We have our offensive line. We have our X to the short side, away from the trips. We have the H going to the trip side to create 3 receivers. The Z and the Y already there. So the H only knows to go to this side of the field because she knows she has to create trips. And in order to create trips, she goes where there's 2 receivers already. All right. We got our quarterback 5.5 yards or 4.5 yards from the ball, and the back at 5.5 yards from the ball on the inside leg of the tackle. All right. Let's give it a very standard alignment. You'll notice I'm not going to draw in all 11 players just yet. All right. This play will be signaled in from the sideline to the quarterback as Iowa left, Iowa left, quick left, check with me. It's an RPO, a run-pass option. Now this is a pre-snap run-pass option where the quarterback will decide in advance and tell the offensive line and the back which one she's going to execute. She could do this at the line of scrimmage in white or in red. If RPO is called when we're in the sugar huddle, all the quarterback will do is come up to you in red and say, check with me, ready, break. We'll go to the line of scrimmage. She'll call the play at the line. If we do it in white, then we know that we're going to get to the line of scrimmage. She's going to execute a couple of dummy calls, then look to the sideline and get help from me or whatever coach is signaling as to which of the plays to choose, the run or the pass. All right, so this is Iowa left, quick left, check with me. Sorry, check with me. Most defenses are going to deploy the first 9 players pretty much in a standard look like that, something like that. And it really comes down to what the other 2 players do that tell us whether we're going to run it or pass it. First of all, if there are only 6 players in the box, the quarterback is going to call the run, which would be the zone to this side. I'm not going to drop zone again. We did that on the last video. All right. The defense could have 2 high safeties and a safety or an outside linebacker all the way out there. 6 in the box. We're going to run the ball. If there's an RPO, we're going to run the ball against 6 in the box. And at this time, other than being in jet, I'm prepared to give the quarterback an RPO on almost every play so that we can run into a 6 or less box. All right. If they decide to put 7 in the box, maybe they take this safety and player down here as an outside backer. We consider that a 7-man box. Now we're going to throw the ball. The quarterback has the choice to always go to the short side X, who is running a read, which is the option of her running a slant, a hitch, or a fade, depending on the coverage, or a quick two-man concept over here, which could be slant, hitch, or out. We'll go through each of those routes in a minute. But I want everybody to understand that this is a perfect example of a check with me play, which really is a combination of at least 3 different looking plays to the defense. A throw to the single receiver, a zone run against the box, or some type of a two-man concept out here. All right. I'm saying two-man concept because the outside receiver is going to take a mandatory outside release or run a more route. Mandatory outside release. They have to try to get this corner to turn and run with them. If there's a clear advantage out there, the quarterback is allowed to throw that. But truthfully, we're looking at this side of the field and running one of these 3 combination of plays. We could run the slant, which is slant and now screen, in which case the quarterback will read that safety. If that safety runs with the slant, we'll throw this. If that safety flies up to the now, we'll throw the slant route behind him. They can run the hitch, which by rule, if this receiver is, or this defender is 7 yards or closer, this receiver is going to run a go route. And this receiver, if there's nobody in this 7-yard window, is going to run a hitch route. Quarterback could take whichever one they think is easiest. And lastly, the quarterback can choose the out. And if we run out, again, we have a mandatory outside release and a 5-yard out route, where again, the quarterback will probably be reading that safety right there. Just as a reminder to the receivers, the quarterback will signal these quick concepts to you at the line of scrimmage. So let's say that the quarterback sees a 7-man box. At the line of scrimmage, she's going to yell, "Quebec Bob, Quebec Bob," telling the offensive line to block quick protection to the left, back always going opposite, and now she's going to signal to the sideline, or to the wide side of the field. Slant, hitch, or out. Whatever she signals, she only needs to signal it to the wide side of the field, because those receivers need to know what they're doing with the quick protection. This receiver will get no signal. She'll make her decision to run slant, hitch, or read based on the alignment of the corner and the alignment of this backer or the underneath coverage, and the quarterback can always go there. In either case, whether she throws here or there, the ball should be away in 2 seconds or less. So that's why we call it a quick protection. You only need to get into the defensive line and protect aggressively, but know that the ball should be away quick. Okay, I hope this helps. The first example of an RPO, and I would hope that come this Thursday and especially on Sunday, that in a team setting and in individual group settings, we can run zone, we can run quick, we can run jet, and we can run the Iowa quick RPO. All right, we'd like to do all those things this week. Okay, thank you for spending this extra time watching the videos, and I hope they help.